And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. Welcome back to the GSL CK number 2, Team Classic versus Team Solar. We are here, we are back. We have returned with now the all-kill formats, bearing in mind that in the first series it was a best-of-7 Pro League format with a predetermined amount of set players and set matches. It was all predetermined in the Pro League format, but now welcome to a best-of-9 all-kill format. Baby, here we go. We're here with our best-of-9, and we have our starting players spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing T1, well, usually representing T1, but here he is representing Team Classic. It is a hero. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. Well, usually representing Team Liquid, but here he is representing Team Solar. It is Cure. Let's go. Team Solar versus Team Classic. We have our starting players, and once again, just to reiterate the format itself, this is now a best-of-9 all-kill format. We just wrapped up with the Pro League format. This instead is going to be all-kill. How does that work? All-kill means the winning player stays on. Whoever we have our starting match, our starting players, the winning player does stay on. The losing player is, of course, going to be knocked out. I believe the losing team will be able to pick the map. They'll be able to pick their next map to get into the next game. But again, it does allow for stronger series, or stronger matches, for stronger win streaks, of course, for stronger players. Oh boy. It also allows you to snipe players as well. So for example, if a hero wins this game and it falls on Team Solar to pick a sniping player to kind of pick the stage, pick the map, and to have a winning build versus hero, you can set that up, right? Like you can kind of set up sniper players and sniper maps and sniper builds to deal with certain players. If you remember, we saw that previously with Cure. Cure, he was meant to be the sniper for Hero, but he was forced to be spent on Classic. That happened last week. So I'm sure as we speak, Team Solar are kind of picking their next player to snipe Hero. Likewise, Team Classic is picking the next player to snipe Cure, in case the worst were to happen. Meanwhile, Double Gas open out of Cure, going for a faster factory, delayed CC, a much more tech-heavy start out of our Red Terran. Much more tech-heavy. Hero going for a standard opener. Hero, he did scout early on. He was able to confirm the additional gases. Hero knows what's going on. He's aware. It's going to be on Hero to prepare. This can lead into committed drop play, can lead into Cloak Banshee, can lead into committed Cyclone. Can lead a couple different ways. Oh, as Hero responds with a Stargate. Interesting. Now, we'll see if there's going to be a Stargate into early Phoenix production to bank them up, or to go for an early Oracle for economic damage. Hero, he has options. As we're setting up for the mine drop. Bit of mines are amassing. And again, I also want to give praise to Zoun. Like, Zoun, he played so well last game against Maru. Like, it was crazy. He was locked in, Bab. He was locked in. As here comes the initial mine drop. Addle stop to get the tech lab onto the starport. With this is going to lead into Raven or Banshee. Meanwhile, we have the answer. Phoenixes are amassing back at home. We're banking up the Phoenixes, waiting for whatever comes next, waiting for the drop to hunt down the medevac. As again, Curie has no idea what he's walking into. He did not scout early on. And drop boost in. Phoenixes are revealed. Does reveal the Phoenixes. Widowmine does land. Picking up one and picking up the other. Oh, yeah, he's gonna be able to clean up these Widow Mines. Likewise, give chase here to the medevac. Ooh, does spend boost early on though. Yeah, boost is spent and the medevac will not get away. So nice clean up here by Hero. Here he loses 0 probes, 0 workers being lost. Did lose a bit of mining time because he had to pull the boys for the first Widow Mine. But otherwise a clean defense. Behind this, Cure is going into early stim. So we have stim on the way. I believe the Raven also did pop out. Yeah, the Raven so far staying back at home. This Cure is building up his bio. Hero probing, saturating, getting to charge as a follow-up. It's very common to go charge, not blink after Phoenixes, just because they both have the same role. Blink, Stalkers, and Phoenixes, their role, of course, is to contain, shut down, drop play, defend, and gain map control. And we already have that in the Phoenixes. Even going for delayed Oracle, okay, has potential. There are already turrets in the mineral lines. Ooh, yeah, a bit of hold damage on that first Phoenix. Curie's holding his own. As Hero's moving out. There is no turret here at the natural. Oh, actually setting up stasis traps. Okay, I mean, the Oracle does have a lot of utility. Revelations, damage, stasis traps. Can work well. Thankfully, Cure does have a Raven with the main army, at least currently. But this also should alert Hero. Army gets spotted. Army gets spotted. Raven does spot the stasis. First stasis is going to go down. Oh, the points are being pulled. We're just going for the all-in. Oh my god. It's just a straight up 2-base all-in. Cure, he's rallying across the map with 3 Raxes, catching out one of the Phoenixes. Feedback on the Raven. Does have the feedback. Oracle, sorry, the Archon's on the way. There's one more stasis. Does pull back. Massive stasis. Oh my god. Catching out every single SCV. Yeah, workers are called out, but the Bio army is still standing strong, and Cure, he has to give up on the expansion. This is the downside if you're going into Phoenixes. You are vulnerable to these 2-base all-ins, and Cure, he's here to all-in. He's here to end the game. And the Marines are too many. There's just too much man with gun. Cure, he has done it. He has broken Hero. I say that we do have a massive warp in the Stalkers coming in for the surround. But again, there are just so many Marines here. Yeah, Stutter stepping forward without splash damage, without charge lots. How do you defend against this? You don't. As every probe is going to fall. Baiting out mine shots. There's still 2 of the mines left. Catching out all the Stalkers. Thus Stutter stepping with the SCVs. Let's go. And we're going to be starting things off here with a win for Team Solar as he breaks that expansion. 33 probe kills, depowers all the gateways. And again, Hero just a little bit too greedy. He was unaware of the all-in. And we bring this up all the time in regards to Stargate openers, but Stargate openers do leave you vulnerable to these all-ins, specifically. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Cure takes down Hero. Cure starts things off with a win. GG. GG, well played. Nope. GG, well played as we are getting into our next game. As we are loading on in. Hold on, we'll fix this up. Okay. But GG, well played with that. Cure, he does start things off with a win here. It does take a lead for his team, and we'll see how our opponent does, or how Team Classic respond. Right? How do they respond? How do they react? Winding it back here again, Cure, he went for a very decisive build. Once again, once you build, if you do open up Stargates, because Phoenixes, they're very limited in what they can do. They have anti-air and they can focus down tanks, for example, and lift them up and pick up some high-tech units. But against mass bio and against a boy pool, Phoenixes are vulnerable. Like, they don't really do much. They don't really do much for you. So you are vulnerable to these all-ins, especially on Ruby Rock. So a very smart decision by Cure. And the question becomes, who's sent out next to deal with Cure? Who is going to be the answer here to the problem that is Cure? It looks like we have our confirmed player. Okay, the team captain himself. The PVTs continue now. Is this too soon? I would argue that both Hero and Classic, they're the best players on their team. 100%. Like, Classic and Hero, like, they are the #1 and 2 Protoss players in the world. They're the best players on Team Classic. To spend them here early is risky, and oh, we are not going for a Classic. Okay. I do think this is smart. We're going to be holding on to Classic. Up next is going to be another Protoss. It's going to be Zoun. I mean, hey, Zoun, he just took down Maru, of course. It's going to be Zoun's map choice as well. We're going to be loading into Celestial Enclave. Beautiful. Here we go. Just catching up. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Celestial Enclave, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing his boys, representing Team Solar. It is a Cure. Currently with a 1-0 lead in the best of 9, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Classic. It is Zoun. Here we go again. We're holding on to Classic. We do not want to burn him early. I will say that losing Hero at the beginning of the series is a pretty big blow, to be honest. Like, Hero, he is arguably the best Protoss in the world. So to lose Hero immediately in the best of 9, that's brutal. And now it's on Zoun to make up for that. As Zoun, he did decide on a much larger map. We're going to be loading into Celestial Enclave. I would say that it is safer on this map to open up Stargate. We bring it up all the time how unsafe it is and how vulnerable you are to all-ins against Stargate-based play. Here it looks like, oh, not going for the pocket, just scouting. But on these larger maps, Stargate play is more viable. It is more viable. Zoun, he will delay the expansion, being as annoying as possible. This time it's going to be an economic start out of Cure, going for a racked expand with 1 gas. Remember, last game it was double gas into a faster factory, into the mine drop, into the Raven. This time, earlier economy. And Zoun does confirm. Meanwhile, once again, a big shout out to Intel, of course, for hosting, for sponsoring, I should say, for sponsoring the event. For allowing an event like this to happen. Crazy, crazy. And we're still kind of deciding, or we're still soon to decide our take of choice. Twilight Council or Stargate. Based on the Stalker here, it should be Twilight Council. But we'll see. Yep, Twilight Council opener out of Zoun. Zoun pokes into the main. Pokes in, pulls away. I didn't know you could just park yourself on the patch. Sure. Let's go. And was able to rescan, just getting eyes on the add-ons. Confirming that it's going to be a 1-1-1. As Cure setting up for his drop. We're getting there. Likewise, we'll keep it on the setup from Zoun. He's going up to 2 gates so far, 2 gates into a Robo. From here, he can go for a faster expansion or go for a 3rd gateway. I'm hoping we see something more economic, but never mind. Just very safe. Very safe play here by Zoun. Getting his 3rd gateway, getting his Robo, calming down. So here comes the initial drop. Double mine drop across the map. Likewise, Zoun, he's in position. Good reactions. So far, good reaction. Does turn away the medevac. Wouldn't mind say waddle into the bases. They tend to waddle in. So far, doesn't like a lot of money. 7 pro. Wait, what? Oh, did target on the low ground. Ay. Did retarget actually. 7 probe kills down. He had such a clean defense initially here, but that is brutal. Oh, no. Mine finally does fall. But that should not have happened. Curie is pushing out across the map. Zoun is in trouble. He does not see this. And we pull the boys. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. We have 2 tanks, 2 Vikings. They do land. Curie, he's just doubling down. Curie smells blood in the water. He knows. He smells blood, pappy. He's going for the kill behind us. What do we have to defend? We have a decent chunk of stalkers. Going for the first tank. First tank does get targeted. Second tank is far back. Yeah, the tank is very far back. Army does push forward. Tank will siege within range of the pylon. And nice pickup. Takes on the pylon. Depowers one of the gateways. Tank is a little bit too far behind though. It can't get within range. Oh, sorry, it is within range of the Nexus. Not at the mineral line. Prism can attempt to surround. But Curie is reinforcing. Yeah, Curie is reinforcing. He does miss the War Prism. But we have another tank getting within range. And Zoun's in so much trouble here. Charge only just now began. The Nexus will go down. We got to commit. He goes in. He gets one. He gets both tanks, but at a cost. He's going to lose everything in the process. The Vikings, they just punish. They go to town. The boys are being pulled, but it's too late. It's too late, pappy. The Vikings, they pop up. They shut down the mineral line. They take down the expansion. Have another tank rallying in. GG gets called, and Cure, he overwhelms. Curie puts another point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Cure. He does continue his win streak. Ay. Takes down Hero, takes down Zoun. And again, I can feel it already. You don't want to burn Classic. You don't want to burn him against Cure, but you might have to. What are the other options here? True, who else can we pick? ByuN, I do favor Cure in a TBT. I favor Cure in a TBT over ByuN. We have SHIN. I'll be honest, I think I favor Cure over SHIN as well. Just quickly checking here. SOS? SOS hasn't played yet. He's true. SOS is yet to play. Do we want to spend SOS on? I would want to hold on to SOS for like a PvP. But the opposing team only has Creator, so maybe SOS. Do we send out SOS and pray we got something special here? What's the plan? Team Classic, they're having a very, very rough start here. And again, they're burning through a lot of their good players. Oh boy. As game 3 is going to be on Mothership. Ooh, it's a bold move. It looks like we have the answer here. I mean, on this map, it makes sense. We did see this previously showcased between ByuN and Solar. It's a very large map, very open, a lot of bases, easier to gain map control as a Zerg player. You can hear what I'm alluding to. Up next, SHIN. SHIN is going to be the next player here. I do favor Cure over SHIN typically, but specifically on Mothership, SHIN will have the advantage, right? It's a larger map, more open map, more expansions, easier to gain map control and just take every other base on the map itself, contain the Terran on a low base count. Cure, he's not afraid of mech, so mech could be a factor here. Likewise, we could even see Cure be more aggressive instead and try to end the game early. We'll see how our players will approach this, as Team Classic are struggling. They are struggling here with the first player, with the first opponent. Oh boy. And spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran. Oh boy, he is on a 2-game win streak, and can he claim another here as he is representing Team Solar? It is Cure. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Team Classic. It is SHIN. Oh, he's using the portrait. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I hope they're all. I haven't noticed. I hope they're all doing that. But he's repping out the classic portraits. Beautiful, beautiful. The decal. But welcome on also Mothership. Mothership is a very large map. The map pool, large map, longer rush distance by ground. As a result, we often do see longer games on this map. And because the map is so large, it's quite common for Zerg players to just engulf the entire map in creep, take all the fringe bases, and the Terran player is going to be stuck in their corner of the map, taking their own 4 and 5 base setup. It can be quite difficult for the Terran to maintain a 6th expansion here. And we'll see if we do end up that far. Jesus, pull first. Gas first. He's crazy. Gas pool opener into a delayed hatchery. SHIN, he's going for a hyper aggressive build. I was getting ready. I was talking about the advantages of the late game here for SHIN, but no, SHIN is going for an all-in. He's going for the all-in. With the early gas income, he can go for a roach rush, or he can go for a bane bust or a ling flood. There's 3 options. 3 options are available. We're still mining gas. Cure back at home. He's going CC first. True, CC first at a Cure, and SHIN might just cheese him out. There's 100 gas. Ling speed is on the way, and more importantly, we're staying in gas. We're keeping 2 in gas, so it's looking like a Baneling nest. It's looking like a Bane bust. As we're keeping 2 in. And SHIN is checking. He's checking with the expansion. He confirms that Cure is not on the top side. Remember, Cure, he went CC first, and there is no SCV scat out of Cure. He has no idea what's coming his way. Cure, his pants are down. The pants are down. Lings are amassing as we speak. And something like this can only be done on Mothership because the Terran player is not SCV scanning because of the map itself, and the Terran player is going for a CC first also because of the map. SHIN, he does not reveal the Zerglings, thankfully. Doesn't reveal. My assumption was a Baneling nest, but SHIN, he pulls another out of the gas geyser. And despite all that gas income, still no nest. So it's just a ling flood. And now he's droning. It's yeah, it's a little bit disjointed here from SHIN. It's like, are we all in or not? It looks like he's half in. He's half in, baby. Again, with a Bane bust, we can just kill. Yeah, Lings are revealed. Then we'll get a couple of SCVs. But the Hellion is out. And there's no breaking this wall. Yeah, not without Baneling, so this deals a little bit of damage here. It does deny the natural at least. But Cure's just chilling. He's just chilling here. SHIN is redroning. Yeah, and this initial gas first build, it doesn't feel like it's quite worth it here. I mean, sure, he killed what, 2 SCVs? Yeah, 2 SCVs, and some mining as well. Like there was some damage being dealt, but nothing major. Not entirely convinced that this was quite worth it, and I'm concerned for SHIN. I'm concerned. Remember, his 2 base saturation is late. His 3rd base is late. The economy here is very late for SHIN. Very late. And Cure has an advanced economy because of the early CC, because of the early orbital. So extra mules faster. Cure's looking good. Now getting a 3rd CC already. Meanwhile, we have a Roach follow-up here by SHIN. Cure already going Banshee though. And playing Bio, not Mech. Good to know. He's embracing that Bio. As again, the Banshee does pop up. Ling does at least confirm the third TC, so Shin knows that Kira is building up with no longer economic game. Behind this, Kira just building up into his double eBays, double upgrades, building up his bio, getting another Banshee as well to harass, to at least pose a threat. Roaches are revealed. That should be feeling good for Kira, as the Roaches cannot really threaten, not with a high Banshee count. As you can see here, Shin, he's faking a push. He's feigning aggression. He's droning up behind this. But again, late saturation. So late because of these Roaches. Like getting into the mid game here, getting into a macro game, Shin is stumbling his way in. He's stumbling. There we go. Here we go. Again, we're getting into our own Roaches. Kira likewise securing himself on 3 bases. The game is slowing down quite heavily here. Like, we're slowing things down. But Kira does have the advantage. Like, he has the stronger economy. Now claiming his 3rd. 4th base is late for Shin, as it is cancelled due to the Banshees. And it denies the 4th. Banshees they poke in towards the main. Pokes in, he pulls away. 3 drone kills so far. Nice damage dealt here by Cure. Oh. Can we force another cancel? No shot. Oh no, he's gonna get it again. Oh my god, another cancellation. Shin just cannot expand. He just wants a 4th base, baby. I mean, in general, late natural, late saturation of the natural, late 3rd, late 4th, late saturation of the 3rd. Like, it's just been a rough economy here this game for Shin. At every step of the way. And Cure, he's moving out. Cure's pushing. Because the early game, when it comes to the main army, we have some Roaches, we have some Zerglings, no Baneliness. No Baneliness, so it's going to be Ling, Roach, Ravager to defend. We have 1 Infestor on the way. This Infestor is going to be crucial in the defense, but even then, like, I'll be honest, I'm not too convinced it's going to work out here. He's going to have 1 Fungal. 1 Fungal growth. We have 2 Ravagers morphing in. Here comes Cure. He's here for the kill. And Curie's getting out of hand. Oh, oof. Bio lands, the army does stim in and getting on top of the Ravagers as well, and Shin is being overwhelmed. And again, without Banelings, without Infestors, he cannot hold on. There we go, 1 Infestor has arrived at the same time. Nice thing run by. 7 SCV kills, nice damage. And that 1 Infestor can hold the line. Cure, I feel like he could have pushed in. I feel like he could have kept going into the expansion, but Cure is playing safe. He pulls back to reinforcements. Playing it safe. So we go. As the army does push in, Fungal does land. Massive Fungal, okay. Oh my god, very juicy. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better Fungal, but the reality is we're too far behind, right? That was the best Fungal the Shin could have hoped for, but Cure, he's not being stopped. He's not being slowed down. He can still commit at the same time. Another Roach counterattack. Banshees are at home to defend. Cure can just keep going, and he should be able to get within range of the expansion. Yeah, he's moving in. He's moving in. A couple of piles, they force some splits. Nice splitting here by Cure. 1 bio connects. The expansion goes down, and Shin, he cannot hold on. He cannot defend. Losing another expansion. Losing that 4th base for the 3rd time. It was already cancelled twice. Oh god, the Overlords. And Shin is not slowing down, jumping further into the main base as well. even denying kindness. Got no kindness plating, no ultras, and Curie's just snowballing out of control. He's snowballing out of control. The main army's moving in. SHIN, he's just had such a hard time from the beginning of this game. It all came down to the opener, to be honest. Like, the opener was hyper aggressive from SHIN, but he didn't commit to the aggression. It was gas first. Remember, it was gas first into pull into late expansion. And we thought that SHIN was bane busting, but then he droned. And from that moment, SHIN fell behind. To be honest, like, from that moment, he just fell behind economically. He's been struggling to macro. The opener in the end hurt him more than helped him. And with that, SHIN is stuck on 3 bases. Stuck on 3 bases. He does take this southern expansion. But Cure, once again, he backs off. Consolidates his army. Healing back up. Thankfully, we do have a couple of ultras, but kindness plating is heavily delayed. It's heavily delayed here. Now, at least Cure, he has the wherewithal to know what's coming his way. Remember, because he dropped into the main base, he knows that, okay, Hive is done. Ultra Cavern is on the horizon. Cure, I don't think he has a Ghost Academy yet. Yeah, there's no academy. No academy for Cure. That's a little bit concerning. He is switching to Marauders as we speak. He does need more Marauders and Liberators, ideally. Now, the other thing I'm a little bit concerned about here is that Cure is slowing down. Cure, he was doing well, pushing, prodding, breaking the expansion, rotating. Now he pulls away to turtle up, when I feel like he could have been a little bit more active sooner. I understand retreating once ultras have arrived, but these ultras, they only just now arrived. Like, there was definitely a window in time, like maybe an extra minute or so, where Cure could have kept being aggressive. Spaling speed is just now still finishing up. It's no. We're 12 minutes in, still no bailing speed. Feels bad, man. A scan reveals the ultras, reveals the high Ravager counts. At this point, I mean, now Cure has to respect it. He has to respect the army. Cure's moving in, getting another expansion, forcing rid of friendly fire, but another hatchery goes down. Oh, mine shots on the roaches. Nice power bomb, and nice power bomb, but Cure does split, saving what he can. Living around by delays the 5th, but remember, that's the 5th base. Like, that shit is struggling to maintain his 4th. He's struggling. And because of SHIN's struggles in the economy, that's why we have a comparable bank here. Typically, the Zerg player should have a bigger bank than the Terran, as the Zerg army is less efficient, but that's not the case here. As another expansion goes down, that's a cancel. Ooh, Cure, he almost caught the mineral line. If he had came a little bit later, then he would have. But the drones do get away. I spoke too soon as he's going for another base. Tanks the miles. Ooh, we'll lose 1 full medevac. 1 full medevac goes down, but he does take down the hatchery. So another base falls, a SHIN down to a 3 base economy, really down to a 2 base economy as the main base is mining out, and so is the natural. Oh, as Cure plummets in supply, he left the army idle. Wow, he left the army idle. He did tank some banelings, sorry, some miles I meant to say. That should not have happened. So Cure does plummet. This does give SHIN some breathing room. If that hadn't happened, Cure would just keep dropping and just keep dropping, keep pushing. But now he's forced back home. And Cure, he had to burn through a lot of his gas bank as well as a result of that. Oof. Okay. So SHIN is still in this. He's still in this. Oh. As he tries to bait out those mine shots. Zoning back the army. A fresh double drop moving out on the top side. And should be spotted by these overlords. Should be spotted. Ultras are ready. Oh, there are plenty of Marauders though. They can go for the Ultras. Yeah, at the same time, SHIN is going for his counter attack. Top base will go down. And she's moving in, and Curie's out of position. He's out of position, but this is a crazy choke point. The mine shots. And kind of the army back. Mine shots are going off on the Ravagers. Massive connections. And Curie's holding. Curie, he's holding on. He's still pushing across the map. He takes down all the Ultras. Again, a crazy choke point here made by all these CCs. A really nice SimCity out of Cure. Yeah, very nice SimCity. And again, SHIN is just falling apart here. Losing base after base, expansion after expansion. He just cannot keep up. And the ace player for Team Solar is doing it. As he's already got 2 wins under his belt, and now he's claiming a 3rd. He's looking to at least. SHIN just wants to expand. He just wants an economy. Ah, no. Let him expand, Pappy. As when the mass soldiers move in. Oof, massive mine shots on the Lings. There's a lot of Zerglings going down. Once again, Curie's cutting back to his strike point. No Liberators, true. No Liberation Zones. Mine shots dragging into the army. Friendly fire. Ultras are pushing forward. That's a lot of Ultras. Down goes 1. Down goes 1. Down goes 2. 3rd Ultra's gonna fall, but there's still so many more behind this. Oh, once again, dragging the mines. Does drag those mines. Ultras are getting to the mineral line. 12 SCV kills, but these are expensive losses here for SHIN. And SHIN, he will lose every Ultra. He's down to 2. Down to 2 Ultras. Down to 1. And GG. Yeah, GG gets called. That was the final Ultra for SHIN. And Cure, he will claim another game. He will take down another opponent. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Este Cure. Cure with 3 wins under his belt. He took down Hero, took down Zoun, and now has taken down SHIN as well. Again, winding it back for some greater context, remember SHIN, he was hyper aggressive. He was hyper aggressive early on by going gas first, but he wasn't aggressive. It was really weird. It was a gas first build, and he made some Zerglings and then he droned. And he was still mining gas, but he didn't do anything with it. I thought it was Bane busting or going for a roach all in, but no. Instead, he was a bit aggressive, but then he droned up behind it, so the aggression was lackluster. The droning was worse as well because it was a late natural and late droning and late third base, like everything was delayed. And SHIN stumbled his way into the mid game and into the late game. He was playing from behind economically the entire game. GG. GG, well played. As a result, at no point was Cure in any real danger. The best that SHIN had was towards the end there with the Mass Ultra, but that's all he had left. That's all he did have left. And with that, we are getting ready for our next game, getting ready for our next matchup. Very quickly though, before we get into our next game and before Team Classic decide on their on their player, of course, it's up to Team Classic here to determine, do we finally send Classic out or another player? I want to give a big shout to Intel. So for those that are aware of this, you know, Intel, they're sponsoring the event. That is true, but on top of that, if you are keeping up with some tech news, it was 5 days ago, it was less than a week ago, that Intel actually announced a new CPU. They announced a new CPU called the Arrow Lake Refresh, and I mean, there's no coincidence here, most likely tied into each other here, in the sense that Intel, they are promoting their new CPU that was just recently announced and is going to be coming out soon, coinciding with, of course, the support of GSL. So again, big shout out to Intel, they're sponsoring the event, and of course, they are here to bring us some new CPUs. So again, big shout out to Intel. There is going to be, I believe, a promo code, or I should say a discount link soon. It isn't available yet, just because, I mean, the CPUs, I believe, aren't actually available to purchase yet. It's just an announcement, and they're coming out on the horizon. But soon, exclusively to StarCraft viewers and to StarCraft supporters, there is going to be a discount link to be able to get a new CPU, to get the Arrow Lake Refresh at a discount. And again, that's going to be, of course, promoted here in the GSL events, and also, I would imagine, elsewhere as well on socials. So it's a way not just to get a discount, but it's also a way to track, you know, how worth it, you know, is the sponsorship, how many people are willing to help out with Intel, help support Intel for supporting StarCraft, right? So that can be tracked. So it is going to be important here to show your support. If you're out there, if you're looking to upgrade your PC, if you're looking to maybe get some new pieces, of course, and get ready for a new year of gaming, then hey, do consider supporting Intel as they support StarCraft. Do consider it. Oh. Aye. But yes, discount code or discount link SoonTM. Most likely will be released with the release of the new processor. Just as a heads up. Meanwhile, it looks like Team Classic still are deciding. So who's left? Who's left for Team Classic? Very quickly here, we have ByuN. We have ByuN, we have SOS, and Classic himself. We're running out of players. Reality here, we're running out of players here, and ideally, you can make a strong argument that you want to save Classic for Maru, right? Classic, he beat Maru last week. He did beat him. Zoun beat Maru last week as well. Oh, sorry, this week. So ideally, you want to save Classic for a little bit later, but is it too late? Right? Like the problem here is that there's been no answer for Cure, and Cure, he's just racking up wins and racking up kills here. Someone has to deal with the problem that is Cure, and I understand the logic behind saving Classic, but at this point we gotta send them out. Like at this point it's too late, right? Like we gotta send out the captain, the king, pappy. True. We'll see. As the next map is gonna be on the Old Republic. And yep, no surprises here. Again, I do favor Cure in a TVT versus ByuN. I do favor Cure against SOS. Those are the other options. So it's time for the captain himself. Classic is coming out as the team captain for his own team. Can he stop Cure? He's the last real answer here. Otherwise, we could just see a full all kill. It could happen. Classic needs to stop him here and now. The pressure is on. The pressure is on. Bearing in mind that Classic did basically all kill last week when he was playing for Team Hero. So if anyone can do it, like if anyone can not just beat Cure, but also go on a massive win streak as well, it would be Classic. For sure. It would be Classic. Here we go. Yeah, here we go as we're going to be loading in. And again, the comeback needs to start here and now. The pressure's on Classic. Oh boy. Pressure is on. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. Oh boy, down heavily here in this series. He has to start to fight back for himself, for his team. Representing Team Classic, it is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. Representing Team Solar, it is Cure. The ace player himself. He's taken down Hero, he's taken down Zoun, he's taken down SHIN. Cure has gone on a massive win streak here. He's already done his job, I would say. Like, even if he goes down now, he's done more than enough for his team. I will say that Cure, he is top 2 as a part of Team Solar alongside Maru. I'd say like Maru and Cure, they're like the strongest assets that Solar has at his disposal. His strongest warriors, if you will. And that's the scary thing, is that even if Classic deals with Cure, we still have Maru behind it as well. There's still Maru and the rest of the team, of course, as Cure is still only the first player. Oh boy. Now, bearing in mind that if Team Solar win this series, if they claim this all-kill format set, then that will lead us into the ace match, right? That does lead into that super ace match. Bearing in mind the Team Classic did win in the Pro League format. So Cure can lead the charge into that final ace match. He can do it. For now, CC's off center. Nice cheeky start here by Classic. Does force a bit of an inefficient start here as Cure is opening up with a single gas, guys. Or bearing in mind, of course, Cure can always lift and land. You can always just lift and land the CC, but I mean, that's going to be time where the orbital isn't being made or where the SCVs aren't being produced. So slightly inefficient. Or slight delay. From here we have Classic going to be opening up Twilight Council into Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways? Do we go 2-gate Blink, 3-gate Blink, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? We'll see how aggressive Classic plans on being, or how economic he plans on being instead. I mean, we are on the Old Republic. It's a very large map of the map pool. Typically, this map does favor Protoss, by the way. does typically favor Protoss. The reason why I say that, it's a very large map of the map pool, long rush distance by ground, but also it has a very open 3rd and 4th base. So it's very common for Protoss players to get comfortable in this map, to maintain map control, and then to threaten the 3rd and 4th base of the Terran player while they mass expand. That's usually the go-to. If you recall, Maru's answer to this issue against Zoun was to try to be hyper aggressive with drop play and try to keep Zoun busy while Maru expanded, and it did allow Maru to get a 4th. It did allow for that to happen. And it was a very close, very clutch game between Maru and Zoun. Very clutch. In the end, it did come down to the lack of economy for the Terran. As double Hellion into the main, gets 2 probes, not bad. Getting it to 3. Do we get 4? Coming back in. Ooh, gets one more volley off. Barely does not. That was very close, very clutch. In the end, Classic does defend. Only losing 3 workers. That could have been so much worse. Could have been worse. As Cure, he does drop into the main base. Widow mines are a little bit too far back here to threaten too much. At the same time, we do have another mine moving in towards the natural. Ooh, gets 1 probe. Takes down 1 worker. Likewise, Blink is done. Base out 1 of the mine shots. Base out 1, base out 2, base out 3. Yeah, clean defense here by Classic. I mean, I say clean defense, but he did lose a lot of mining time, right? There was a lot of mining time lost in the main. Took a long time to deal with this drop. So this drop did, in a way, pay for itself, but it was 4 Widow mines. It was 4 Widow mines. The medevac also went down as well, so it was quite expensive there for Cure. Ideally, he did want more damage, for sure. So shaky start out of Cure. Behind this building up in his own 3-rack setup. Stim, into eventually combat shields, upgrades, biotank. We're settling in towards the mid-game. Getting into the mid game at the same time, we do have our Raven poking in, gets 2 probe kills with the auto turrets. Not bad. Couple of probe kills, the Raven does survive at keeping Classic in check. Dipping once again, nope. Almost. Has to be careful. Cuidado, Pat. Cuidado. Likewise, Cure is also building up as well, getting his own 3rd CC, building up into that macro game. As I mentioned before, if we do end up into a macro game here, and if Cure is not able to be too aggressive, then he's going to be stuck at home defending. Classic will be able to freely get a 4th base, gain map control. Cure is moving up, but he gets spotted by the Observer. He is spotted. Classic knows. Cure, does he notice the shimmer? So far, he has not. You see Classic respond. Secure is reinforcing, is quite committed with this move out. I guess what about Pylon? Pylon does confirm. You can see Classic trying to catch reinforcements as well. He does put the medevac. Oh, the medevac! Oh my god, does try to boost away and it gets completely shut down. Classic, calm down. Ay, ay, ay. Classic shuts down the drop. Curie has to get the hell out of here. Going for another drop into the natural, but the army's in position and Curie will find no damage. He finds no damage. Now claiming his third CC, getting into Ghost production. At the same time, Classic building up into Colossus. So from here, Classic should be able to build up to 4 bases and max out. And gain map control. It's going to be up to Cure to turtle up. He's got a turtle up back at home. As we mentioned, the big challenge here, the big hurdle for Cure is going to be establishing and maintaining the 4th. This low ground 4th base or the linear 4th base, they're very isolated, they're very exposed, and they're very difficult to defend. Classic doesn't need to push in. Classic just has to chill and wait for Cure to expand. And when Cure spreads himself thin, attempting to save the 4th, that's when Classic can kill. Typically. As Curie is decently set up here on 3 bases. As I mentioned, like, we don't need to push into 3 bases. Classic just has to chill. There's our 4th. Can now take a 5th base. Double expand. There it is. 5th base is on the way. Taking his fringe expansions. Setting up his War Prism. 2nd Robo. Getting to double Colossus. Eventually into, oh, Disruptor and not Storm. Okay. Bold move. Building up into Purification Novas. I mean, again, they're going to be safe against Vikings or safe against EMPs. They are the late game option here. The most preferred late game option. There are some players that do go into like Mass Immortal or go into Storm, or I mean, you saw Zoun previously go into heavy Colossus play that worked against a very light Viking composition. There are some kind of niche scenarios for that to happen. Otherwise, 6th base, more bases, more expansions. And again, Classic does not have to move in. Classic just has to chill, max out, and wait for the Terran to take that 4th base. With these disruptors, he can poke forward. He can like poke in and send out a Nova and try to be cheeky. But otherwise, you can see here he has his Prism on the right side. We have an Observer on the left and the main army in the center. And again, this is like a very common scenario here for the Old Republic. Decent Nova grazes the army. No pickups though. Disruptors are revealed. Dark Shrine is on the way. From here, Cure, he needs Liberators. And there's that Fusion Core. That's going to be for Liberator range. 4th base is now on the way, and this will be when Classic can move in. Now getting a 7th expansion. Rocks are being knocked down. Novas do zone away. There's only make the army. So far just grazing, no major connection. And so far Curie's holding. Curie's holding on. Delta run by is late. Yeah, late run by. Ooh, much better connection. Much better. Nova goes off. Zelta busts into the mineral line. Curie's out of position. He's racing back home, and that's going to be 5 dead SCVs. No mining time. We're going to force a cancel. Ooh, that's a kill. That's a kill. Another cancel. Main army does push forward. Another massive connection. And Curie is being torn apart. And bearing in mind that Classic can afford these losses. Oh, nice Vikings. They move in. They catch a Colossus. Colossus goes down. The Classic looks like he did overextend. He has to get the hell out of here. He has to pull away, losing every single Colossus. Oh, Panic Novas. The Panic Novas. Another Zealot run by though. And Curious forced back home. He's forced to turn back around. Zealot busts into the mineral line. And this is less about doing damage, it's more about forcing Cure back. And this made sure that the disruptors survived. So nice save on these disruptors. Classic, he got back home. Double Prism into the main. Classic does have a panic, but he needs time. He needs time to rebuild his army. As he'll be losing another expansion. Nice Nova. Gets a Ghost. Yeah, Ghost goes down. Another Ghost gets caught. Oof. Yeah, losing a second Ghost. Double Prism into the main base. Shows the Warp in. Oh, no Warp in. Yeah, no Warp in into the main. Damage is being done, but this is going to be an expensive drop here for Classic. Does get 12 SCVs. Catching reinforcements. Yeah, the Zealot Ramais, they just continue. Raven gets caught out as well. Oh my god. Calm down, Classic, calm down. As Classic takes out one of the tanks. Pulls away, once again going for another mineral line, forcing friendly fire. And Cure is being torn apart. His main arm is still terrifying. Shows those Novas. Oh, the flanking Novas. Oh my god. A little bit messy. It's very, very messy here. Every disruptor goes down. The disruptors get thrown away. Yeah, messy engage here from Classic. Oof. But he should hold on. He should have enough warp ins. As Classic, he may lose another expansion. Looks like he will. There's a recall. We do have reinforcements coming in for Cure though. He does trickle forward. Can Cure do this? Can he overwhelm the Zealots? And can he get into another expansion? Yeah, nice kiting so far. Very nice kiting. Cure, he has to keep pushing. Takes down one expansion. He's got to keep going forward. He's going bottom right. He's going for bottom right instead. This is giving Classic time to rebuild. And time to respond. Yeah, he's moving in, catching stray units, medevacs, marines. Back at him, Curie's only got 33 SCVs. He doesn't really have much of an economy here. That's why Curie had to keep going. Taking down bottom right doesn't really accomplish that. It doesn't do any meaningful damage. Speaking of meaningful, oof. Classic moves in, denies center expansion. The CC may even go down. He wants it! He wants to commence. He gets it as well. CC goes down. Oh my god. Crazy pickle here by Classic. Command center is being replaced, but we're running out of CCs as DTs they waddle into the mineral lines. More SCVs going down. Cura's main army is terrifying. He does have a strong main army, but now we have Colossus on the way. Oh, Zal said too soon. Zal's premature. Here come the Novas. And Cure, how does he move into this many disruptors? Oof. The answer is he can't. Cannot move in. Now we have Colossus on the way. Extra weapons at a Classic. Extra weapons. GTs they get across the map. More SCV kills. And again, Classic, he's doing it. Again, it's been a rough all kills format here for Team Classic. Cure, he went on a tear, and even if he goes down here, he already did his job, right? Like, Cure, he already achieved so much. Taking down Hero, taking down Zoun, taking down SHIN. But finally, he's meeting his match. He's met his match, especially on the Old Republic. I mean, again, the map does work against Cure here. We mentioned earlier, it's so difficult to defend your 4th and 3rd base on this map, and you've seen that, right? You've seen that showcase here on the Old Republic. It is very difficult. As Classic does give chase. Nova's going up. Oof. Nice splits. Initially nice splits that the other Novas are connecting. Oof. Yeah, Novas, they catch out Ghosts, they catch out Marauders. Colossi now rallying in. There are 2 Vikings. Down to 1. Yeah, down to 1 Viking. Nice EMP on the Colossi. A messy fight for Classic. He will lose everything. Lose every single Colossus here again. These are some messy fights. Thankfully, only catching 1 cell with the Nova. The Zealots, they were late, but they got here. Yeah, they got here regardless. And again, there's just not much of an army remaining. Curie's down to 10 SCVs. The DT just been going ham the entire time. The one Dark Templar. GG gets called, and Classic, he fights back. He puts a point on the board for Team Classic. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. A very impressive win streak at a Cure to take down Hero, Zoun, and Shin, but the win streak does finally end. Classic came out swinging here as the team captain. The captain did show us how it's done. He takes the game, takes down Cure, and Classic takes a lead, or he fights back for his team. Fights back for his team, does put a point on the board, but the question is, how far can Classic go? Now, Classic, he did all kill last week. He did essentially all kill. He was able to take down like 4 or 5 different players. Can he do it again? The pressure's on Classic to take the lead here and to fight back and even up the score. We'll see if he can even up. We'll see if he can even go further than that. Este Classic. Again, when it comes to the game itself, as we mentioned, like, it's just very, very difficult to get into a macro game on the Old Republic in TvP. The Terran player does have the map working against them when it comes to trying to secure their 4 bases, and we saw that Classic took full advantage of that with the non-stop run bys, non-stop counterattacks. Did go into a very heavy disruptor style, and he was very successful with that as well. There were maybe some opportunities for Cure when he was pushing on the right-hand side, but as we mentioned, it was a little bit disappointing to see that he did go bottom right instead of center left. He went for some safer pickoffs instead of going all in and going for the kill, which he had to. Not saying that it would have worked, but there was a lot of onus, a lot of pressure on Cure to find more damage. Because he was basically all in. He was all in. But with that, Classic does put a point on the board, and the question becomes, who is going to rise up next to challenge Classic? Who's it going to be? Who do we have left? We have the entire team. We have remember, we have Maru. So we have Maru, we have Bunny, we have Rogue, and Solar. 4 players left. 4 players left here for Team Solar. Who do we send next for Classic? Now, it depends on the remaining maps, of course. Tourmaline is remaining, 10,000 feet as well. I could see Solar cheesing Classic out on a small map like Tourmaline, or like Tourmaline, like 10,000 feet. If you're going to use Maru, he can also excel on smaller maps as well. True. So we still have a lot of small maps available, and I do see both Maru, Bunny, and Solar excelling on these smaller maps. But no, we're loading into White Rabbit. What? Who's next? White Rabbit is our next map. Okay. Sure, yeah. Okay, I can get behind this. I can get behind this here. It's going to be a rematch from last night. It's going to be Creator versus Classic. Let's go. I forgot about Creator. I forgot about him. Este Creator. Much love, Papi. Much love. Okay, let's go. As we are getting into our next game. So for those who weren't here last night, we were hosting the Sparkling Tuna Cup, and it was a best of 5 finals between Creator and Classic. And remember, Creator, he was up 2-0. He was up 2-0. He won 2 games in a row against Classic in that best of 5, and Classic eventually brought it back. Creator was being very assertive, very aggressive. He was very in the face of Classic, shutting him down at every turn. It was a really impressive showing by Creator last night. And hey, he took 2 games last night. All he needs is 1 game here. That's why I do think that Creator is a smart choice against Classic. I feel like he can like upset, and he can be a PvP sniper here without wasting, without burning one of the other top players. Where you don't want to use them early on. Like if you're confident that a player like Creator can take down Classic, then send him out, Pat. Send him out. Let's go. In a PvP, anything can happen. Let us go. As Creator steps up. Now remember, in a best of 9, it's first to 5. First to 5 wins. Bear that in mind. So Team Solar, they need 2 more wins under their belt. Team Classic, they got a ways to go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing himself, his own team, representing Team Classic, putting a point on the board, beginning that comeback. Can he go all the way? It is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss, we have the South Korean Protoss representing Team Solar. It is a creator. Again, Cure, he put in a lot of work. Cure, he put in a lot of work to give this lead to Team Solar. And I want to say the creator is a smart choice here to snipe Classic. I do think it's a smart decision. And we'll see what kind of builds we go for. There's a lot of variety. A lot of variety available. We can open up a 2-gate blink, sorry, 2-gate opener, 2-gate opener into a proxy, into a base all in. We can see Classic setting up his gateways further closer to the main. Technically, this is more efficient, but riskier. So there is a give and take here, as it is a 2-gate opener as well. Creator moving out with the Rope Scouts, and Classic has yet to do so. Meanwhile, once again, a big shout out to Intel, of course. Big shout out to Intel. Again, they announced a new processor, a new CPU a couple of days ago. And soon there will be a discount available for StarCraft players, for StarCraft viewers, for StarCraft fans. There's going to be a way to show your support for Intel, for supporting GSL. And here it is, one base all in. So creator, he does go for the proxy, does set up across the map. So if you're out there, if you're building new PC, if you're looking for some upgrades, consider back. As Classic, he does scouts. A fun fact, Classic didn't even probe scout. He doesn't even know whether or not there's a proxy pylon, but he is playing safe in a sense by blindly scouting on the right hand side. We can see proxy robo, one base all in, and Classic, what are we going for here? Standard opener back at home. He finds it. He finds it. It's a bit of a later scout, but he does confirm the pylon and the robo. He tases the pylon as well, letting creator know that he knows. And defensive robo for Classic. Yeah, defensive robo. This is meant to be a hard counter. Classic has a very strong response. And Classic did not open up greedily on the low ground either. Yeah, this is looking bleak for creator. It's looking bleak. Creator, he needs a second pylon. Okay, there we go. Second pylon has been thrown down. It upset me about across the map. Creator, does he react in time? Oh! Ooh, does react. Whew. Essay creator. Does wall up in time. Zones away the adepts. He zones away. Creator likewise reinforcing here. He's got his Immortal, he's got his War Prism. Adepts are distracting creator. And remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for Classic. Oh, Adept gets away. That should not have happened. Adept does barely get away. Prism can keep harassing. So the builds themselves are very, very similar to each other, except Classic has defensive robo. He has faster reinforcements defensively back at home because robo is in the main, as opposed to creator whose robo is exposed out on the map. It means that if creator loses map control, he will lose his robo. As he's poking into the main, going for his own adept drop. He's going for the mineral line. Classic's out of position. Probes are going to go down. At the same time, the same is happening here in the main. Yeah, there's going to be 8 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Critical damage. And meanwhile, creator's on A move. More probes going to be going down. Losing up to 9 workers. Creator going back in. Oh, getting 1 more probe. Getting very messy, very shaky. Creator losing 9, and Classic losing 6. Oh, he wants a sentry. He wants the sentry. As creator, he's walled in. Had to kill his own battery. Glaives are on the way. Okay. I mean, he is all in, so just furthering that. Classic does confirm there's a Twilight Council. Classic, he breaks out. Yep, he will depower the robo. As you mentioned, there's the downside here of going for the proxy in this kind of position. Creator is at a disadvantage. As the Robo goes down and Classic getting further ahead, he still has a stronger economy. Now the larger army. And now map control as well. Going for the drop. Does attempt the drop. Again, Creator, he's just waiting for Glaives to kick in, and then he might be able to pull this all in off, only if Classic expands. Like, if Classic takes a natural and starts probing and starts taking up too much, then maybe. The problem is that Classic is staying on one base himself. It's hyper-fixated on his army. Looks like now Classic can expand. Here comes the natural. What does he drop into the main? They're just not running out of control. They get into the mid line. Probes are going down one after the other, and Creator, he was already all in, now even more all in. He cannot sustain this army. It's all or nothing. Shading into the main base. Classic did not expand. Nice force field. Yeah, just slicing up the army. Prism taking a little hits. The Prism goes down. Up, barely gets away. Nice force field. GG. GG gets called. Classic defends, and Classic puts another point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, I do like the pick here for Creator to try to snipe Classic. Unfortunately, Classic was able to scout early on and play very safe and very defensive, going for a Robo before expansion. Classic basically hard countered, shut down Creator ahead of time. GG. GG, well played. Again, it was just a really rough execution of the all-in. Unfortunately, if it had been unscouted, if he was able to hide it, then maybe, but was not able to. And with that, Classic takes takes another game and is almost tying things up. Now, what I will say, I mentioned something. We got a couple of small maps, Tourmaline and 10,000 feet. I do like either Maru, Bunny, or Solar. I want to say all three of them can all in well on those three maps, on those two maps even. They can all in very, very nicely. And we have seen Classic fall to all three players against certain all-ins. So we'll see. We'll see who's going to be sent out next here. Is it going to be Bunny, Maru, or Solar? And what map? We have the answer, Tourmaline. Okay, Tourmaline is the map of choice. You can already feel what's coming next here. Tourmaline is a very small map in the map pool, a hyper-aggressive map as well. Hyper aggressive. Annyeonghaseyo. We have our challenger here. Up next, it is the final boss. It is the ace player, what should be the ace player. I mean, Cure has proven his own when it comes to Team Solar. But up next, bam. You can see here we have our new challenger. It's gonna be Maru. Here we go. So again, Cure, he did start things off with a 3-win streak over Hero, over Zoun, over SHIN. And then Classic has been fighting back over Cure, over Creator. Up next, Classic versus Maru in a best of 1 on Tourmaline. Let's go. So Maru is our latest challenger. Bearing in mind here that, again, for a best of 9, it is first to 5. Right now, it's only showing 7 maps on the screen before me. It's only set up for a best of 7, so I will have to do something about that later. But best of 9. It's just that there's no room. There's no room, pappy. What do I do? I'll try to fix it. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. We have our new challenger here for Team Solar in this best of 9 all-kill format. It is a Maru. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss. On a 2-game win streak, going for the proxy, going for the 1-base all-in. For Team Classic, it is a Classic. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go. We are here. We are back. We have returned, and we have our proxy gateways. How many? No gases, by the way. No gases. We're expecting 2 at least 2 gates. Not quite the flower, unfortunately. And this is not an all-in. It's a 2-gate opener to be hyper-aggressive early on, and then we take gases into Cybercore, into the follow-up, into potentially Stalker reinforcements. But this is still a hyper-aggressive start. And what Classic is hoping for is an economic opener. And it is. Racks expand. Single gas opener here out of Maru. So things are lining up here for Classic. Because of this, we're going for a delayed factory and a faster command center. And we'll see if Classic can delay that command center. We'll see if he can delay. We'll see if he can cancel the CC. That'll be the big one. Here it comes. CC's on the way. Here comes our Zealots. The Zealots are coming. They will get here in time to disrupt the build. And remember, the Cybercore follow-up means that we can reinforce the Stalkers, which means almost certainly Classic, he should be able to force a cancel. And he might even find more damage. The goal would be to force a cancel, then push up into the main base and pick off the add-on. Kill some SCVs. We have our first 2 Zealots. And here come the Stalker reinforcements. And we gotta go soon. CC's halfway done. Here come the Zealots. The slow lots are waddling in. Ooh, we have a Marauder opener actually. Okay, Tech Lab into Concussive Shell. Interesting. I mean, they can trade well against Stalkers. But here we go. Zealots, they do arrive just in time. SCV's gonna be focused down. Zealots, they get up the ramp. They focus on the CC, okay. Yeah, he does put the research. He knows. Yeah, he's aware of the Marauders. So we have the bunker on the way to defend the main base. And again, we're hoping for a cancel. Classic does expand. And there's no Cyclone follow-up. It's going to be a 3-rack follow-up. There's no factory. Without a Cyclone, there's no defense here. There's a cancellation. Yeah, big cancel. Bunker is denied. Can we focus on some of the Marauders? Boys are being pulled. We have an SCV coming in. Ooh, picks up a Marine. Nice shuffling here. Very nice shuffling at a Classic. Does shuffle the units around. One of the Marauders is very low. Stalker does barely pull away in time. Barely pulls away. Better positioning here. Picks up an SCV. But the bunker does finish. The bunker does barely complete. Can we get more SCVs? Uno más. Gets one more. Yeah, one more SCV kill. 5 SCV kills in total. 5 SCVs and a cancellation. And again, Maru, he's stuck on one base. He's stuck on one expansion. He's one base all in. Going 3 racks. Going 3 racks stim. Shade does provide high ground vision. Behind this, Twilight Council's on the way into Blink. Or I would prefer Charge, to be honest. Charge would be a safer approach against an all-in, but we'll see. As also more accessible. It's up to Classic. Remember, the factory was delayed. Still waiting for extra gas. Maru does try to break out. But Maru, he cannot fight head on, not yet. Not without Stim. Not with these reinforcements on the way. And now these extra Stalkers do delay the upgrade of choice. So the Twilight Council's been done for quite some time and we need our upgrade. Oh, yeah, one Stalker gets targeted. Does pick up a good amount of Marines. Nice force field. Zone back one of the Marauders. And we're down to 4. Yeah, 4 Marauders left. Down to 3. 3 Marauders. Down to 2. Oof. Yeah, massive losses here. Maru, whoever extended, he should not have been out here. Maru will lose everything. Still no upgrade. But sniping 2 Marauders is worth it. Oh, okay. I like this. DTs. Remember, it's a 1 base all in. There's limited scans. Because there's no second orbital here, and because we're a 1 base, we're muling as hard as we can, there is no answer here for Dark Templar. It's a very, very smart, considering the limited scans, limited bases, limited orbitals, limited detection. The limitations, bad. And Maru's hurting. Remember what we said earlier at the beginning of the comeback here is that if anyone can pull off the reverse ult kill, it's going to be Classic. And he's doing it. Tutan Cure, Tutan Creator. And he's ahead against Maru. Now Maru's being cheeky. He does drop outside of the main, coming in from behind. Classic, does he notice? So far he has not. Yeah, here's the stim. Yeah, it does go for the stim. There's a recall, getting 1, 2 stalkers and a sentry, 3 stalkers, 4 stalker kills, massive pickups. Classic's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. He throws down 2 more shield batteries in a panic. Yeah, 4 batteries are on the way. And here go the boys. The boys are being pulled. Maru, he's all in. And does he hold on to a scan? Oh, he's holding on for now. Does have 1 scan available. DT's revealed. Yeah, DT's revealed. Another DT waddling in. Getting free damage. Classy does need extra warpins. Charges late. And we need that first scan. First scan is spent. Ooh, D-powers everything. Yeah, everything is D-powered. Maru rushing into the main base. Has broken the main. Nice force field. They'll slow this down. Oh, but Maru, he drops. Yeah, Maru dropping further in. Meanwhile, we need another Dark Templar. Yeah, without any more DTs, Maru, he's done it. No shot. The one base all in works. He breaks through. He breaks through, overwhelms. Again, imagine with 4 extra stalkers. 4 extra. That could have been it. That could have been enough. That could have been a defense. But again, Classy will call with his pants down. We have 1 DT waddling in, but it's too late. There is another scan. And there it is. There's that scan. And Classic, he will not continue the comeback here. He will not pull off the reverse sweep. There's a Raven back at home. Maru, he has an economy. And Classic does not. Classic is down to 4 probes. He's got 1 Dark Templar waddling in. This is all he has left. Yeah, Stim's in, diving on the Stalker. Behind this, there is no scan. Oh, yeah, no scan. Uh-oh. DTs, they do a lot of damage here. But again, the Raven has arrived. And, I mean, these are final buildings. I think there's a couple of probes. Yeah, there's a couple of probes out on the map. There's a DT going for the counterattack as well. Oh, Classic having some copium here. There's a scan. DT does waddle away. Waste a scan. Uh-oh. A little bit concerning. Scan is wasted. Dark Shrine goes down. Classic is being revealed. Okay. There's a world where if Classic can... Does he have anti-air? No, never mind. I was going to say if he can snipe the Raven, but there's no anti-air. Yeah. The Raven is going to be enough. Takes down 3 Dark Templars. There's 1 DT left. GG gets called. And Maru, he does fight back. He does redeem himself. His team puts a point on the board and is now 1 game away from claiming the series. GG. Whew, GG, well played again. Classic had such a strong start. He had such a strong start to this game, but the surround, Maru dropping outside of the main base and stimming on forward and catching the army. Remember, he killed 4 stalkers and a sentry. That is huge. Imagine the defense of Classic that game defending against the all-in with 4 extra stalkers and 1 extra sentry with extra force fields. I mean, that's probably defense. That's probably a hold then and there, to be honest. Like that, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that early on, like those amount of units, they provide so much value. So we could have seen a cleaner defense there, but Classic got caught with his pants down. He lost all of that army, and then Maru snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. Whew. And with that, so we now have Team Solar on match point. 1 more game. 1 more game is all they need here to claim the series and to force the ace match. Uno más, papi, uno más. Oh boy, the pressure is on. The pressure is now on Team Classic. Who is left? I believe they have 2 players remaining. They've got SOS and ByuN. Oh boy. SOS and ByuN. I mean, again, ByuN, I would say one of his weaker matchups is TVT. He has a very unique style of TVT, and I can see him cheesing Maru out, right? I could see him going for like a 2-Rax, like proxy 2-Rax, proxy 3-Rax Reaper. I can see that happening. In a longer macro game, I do favor Maru. You could argue that ByuN has a stronger mid game in TVT. I think he has a decent mid game. It's still going to be difficult though. It's going to be very, very difficult. Let's see. I would like to see SOS just because he hasn't played today, right? Like SOS, he has yet to play. Who's it going to be? We have our final map. It's going to be on Title Citadel, not 10,000 feet. So Title is going to be a bit of a larger map here, and we have the answer. It's going to be the Terran versus Terran. Oof, it's going to be the TV. I mean, it was going to be a rough kind of setup, a rough lineup regardless. It's going to be ByuN versus Maru. Let's go. Let us go. Again, the pressure is on ByuN. Here we go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran. We have the Red Terran player himself representing Team Solar, and he is one game away from claiming this entire series, claiming the all-kill format, and forcing the Super Ace match. Can he claim it? Can he close it out here and now? It is Maru. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. Again, the pressure is on. He has to start the comeback here, and now he's got to bring it home to give his team a chance. It is a ByuN to win it all for his team, even as he has a Titan before him here. Again, Maru, he has some of the best late game TVT in the world. Or does he have the best late game TVT? It's up there. It's up there. Like I gotta give respect to Ryung, right? I gotta give respect to Dongwon, the Tuna. I know that he's casting right now, but like unironically, like he has some insanely good late game TVT. But Maru's also up there. Maru, he's like top 3. He's like top 3 with like Ryung and Gumiho, I would say. He's definitely up there when it comes to specifically late game TVT. When it comes to mid game TVT, Maru, he's like maybe top 2, like up there with like up there with like Cure. Maru, he is typically very solid when it comes to like turtling up, when it comes to positional play as well. I'll say ByuN's big advantage in TVT is his micro and his speed and his multitasking. Very often ByuN has a very unique approach to TVT, which is very heavy bio play. Very often, instead of going into more tanks and Vikings, he will instead stay on medevac production and go into more marine play instead, getting extra Raxes, faster CCs, more medevacs, and then going for a multi-pronged aggression in Terran versus Terran in the mid game. That's usually where ByuN thrives. It's very unique. Not many Terran players do it just because it's very risky. It does mean that ByuN's main army is weaker when it comes to a head-on assault, but it's very mobile and does excel harassing. Harassing, counterattacking, catching out units, outmaneuvering your opponents. We'll see if we can get there. For now, we do have a ByuN sniping the scouting SCV. So far, we're going to be opening up. We do have ByuN going for a Rax expand, economic opener out of ByuN. Meanwhile, Maru went double gas. So already, sorry, I was fixated on just talking about the players themselves. But Maru went for a very safe build. He went double gas into a faster factory. This means that ByuN is ahead economically. He's ahead. Meanwhile, Maru instead has the faster factory and the faster, or what should be a faster tech setup here. Should be. As Maru's poking in. Does poke in, does threaten. As behind this, we're building up in our Cyclones. And once again, Maru does threaten the mineral line, just ensuring there's limited mining. Actually gets a nice volley up on the Marines. Yeah, very nice Hellion volley. Ooh, and Maru overwhelms. Yeah, Maru, he does overwhelm the army here. Gets into the mineral line, picks off another Hellion. Ooh, the Reapers are going to be zoned away. Cyclone does arrive in time to defend, and ByuN barely holds on. Whew. ByuN barely does hold. Now we can actually mine freely. Now we can start to saturate that mineral line, head on over. Remember, ByuN does have the higher worker count, 31 SCVs to 29. This is all because of the faster command center. Better mules, and of course, better saturation. Ooh, Maru behind this going for a third CC. So again, he's trying to rush in towards the mid game. Very fast third. And we'll keep an eye on ByuN's own third expansion. We will keep an eye on him. As he's getting into his own Raven, so it's his opponent. Interference Matrix. Third CC is going to be a little bit later here for ByuN. Now, the third base timing is faster for Maru, that is true, but just because his third is faster doesn't mean that he can expand faster. It all comes down to map control and map awareness. As ByuN is going to be zoned away. ByuN does lose one of his Cyclones. Brutal loss there for ByuN. As Maru, he's gaining map control. And getting a shot off here on the Raven. Just the one. Gonna be forced back. Behind this, building up his bio. As Maru gains map control, now he can freely expand. I'm still just waiting for his orbital. Still waiting. Getting to stim. Eventually into a more tank heavy style. For now, just pure bio. There we go. Yeah, going for the add-on solve. I was curious about the reactor, but there it is. Tech lab on the factory into tanks. Scan reveals the production, also reveals the timing of the third CC. Maru now knows that there's no 2-base all-in, and he also knows that his third is faster. So ByuN had the faster natural and the faster 2-base economy. Meanwhile, Maru had the faster 3-base economy. That does help make up for the early game, of course. Does make up for it. Another Cyclone gets caught, I believe. Yeah, another Cyclone gets caught out. Maru, he's just here to threaten the third. Speaking of, ByuN does expand. And the tank is exposed. He wants it. And he's going to get it. Yeah, the tank does go down. Nice pickup. Third base is delayed for ByuN. Getting a couple of volleys off, delaying the expansion. Ravens are just shocking around. Oh, ByuN, I was curious where his Ravens were. They're harassing across the map instead. It does go for the mineral line. That means they're not at him defensively. Tanks are moving in. SCVs are going down. Oh, we pull the boys to attack. Wait, what? 5 SCV kills. Yeah, killing 5 SCVs. More damage in the main. This is getting out of hand here. 8 workers do fall. Tank is unsieged. Yeah, tank is unsieged. The bio army does catch Maru with his pants down. Ooh, nice auto turrets. Yeah, turrets allow Maru to maintain his position. But again, did lose 8 workers across the map. Oh. Maru dropping into the main. He still has energy. He still has energy. Still containing ByuN. Meanwhile, more economic damage, more auto turrets. Ooh, finally one Raven goes down. He gets 1. Gets 2. Jesus. Sniping 2 Ravens. Nice defense. Maru, he's recovering economically. Again, he's on that 3-way saturation. And ByuN finally can expand. Finally, he breaks out. He's getting there. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. The Ravens have been nice, and oh, we do get another double drop here into the natural. Very nice. Maru's completely out of position. He's out of position. SCVs are going down. As we mentioned before at the beginning of the series, ByuN, his big advantage here is mid-game drop play in TVT. And he's doing critical damage. That's going to be 18 dead SCVs. That breaks through the tank as well. Critical damage. Yeah, ByuN doing so much across the map, and Maru, he's so late to counterattack, but he does have these 3 Ravens. He can disable. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Disables all 3 tanks. But does he have enough Marines? So the boys are being pulled. ByuN, if he can hold here, he can win this game. Just has to hold, and he will. Yeah, he does hold, he does defend. Disable runs out, the tanks are falling, and ByuN, he has done it. He deals critical damage across the map. He's still killing more CVs. ByuN has done it. Again, I was concerned for ByuN coming into this game against Maru. I was concerned about the longer and later game, but no, here in the early to mid game, ByuN deals critical damage, 37 SCV kills. ByuN takes a lead. And ByuN is pushing. ByuN, he's moving out. He's up in Ravens. He's up in tanks. ByuN has the stronger army. He's got the stronger economy. He's got everything. Even pre-sieging the center. Uh-oh. Maru's about to face check. No! Oh my god. He checks with his face. Gets caught out. As Maru gets pulled back. ByuN likewise looking at position, does get one tank, gets one. One more tank goes down, dragging the army within range of the tanks. He's got his 4 tanks in position. ByuN tempted. Doesn't get that tank. ByuN is running out of Marines, which is a little bit concerning. Yeah, he's running out of ByuN. Liberation has arrived, massive tank shots on the Marines. But these tanks have to pull away. Have to pull away here. Oof. Gets one tank volley. ByuN army does stem in. Maru, he defends. He cleans this up, but remember, this was only the harassing army. ByuN has so much more back at home, and here comes that second force. So Maru, he's currently down. Maru, his work account is in the shambles. He barely has 2-base setup, but he has potential. The army does have potential here, especially if it does catch ByuN unsieged. ByuN does siege up. Liberators do allow Maru to kind of gain ground and leapfrog forward. Speaking of, here comes that liberation zone. Oh, there's a disable, nice disable in the Liberator. Very nice. Maru still cannot advance. He's trying to. Maru, he cannot break through the strike point. Oh. But Liberation has arrived. Okay. Does get one. Almost two. Again, the power of the Liberators, power of air control. Marines, they stim in within range of tanks. Oh my god. Yeah, 1, 2 Liberators go down. Does eat those tank shots. Maru stimming in. Yeah, no scan, no detection there from ByuN. Otherwise, he could punish. Scan's a little bit late. Drop into the natural. Nice counter drop here by ByuN. Stims in. Gets one more tank. Oh, barely not. Maru has been out trading, but he has nothing at home to defend. Oh, massive pickups. Getting another mineral line. Maru, he can't afford these losses. He barely has an economy to begin with. He's down to 18 SCVs. He's down to 1 base saturation. That's all that Maru has left. Desperation drop into the main base using 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks. GG gets called, and ByuN, he puts a point on the board. He fights back. Whew. GG. GG, well played. The series continues. ByuN, he does fight back here again. A very strong start by ByuN to be able to get his drop across the map. If you recall, initially Maru had a better start. He was able to get his third, he was working towards his faster third expansion. He was gaining map control. He was delaying the third base from ByuN. It was a really strong start from Maru, but what did we see? ByuN, he went for his own counterattack, right? He was able to drop across the map, and Maru, he ignored it. I mean, even before that, the Raven harass, right? That's where it began. The Raven harass was insane. Maru, he had nothing to defend back at home. He was pulling the boys to attack the auto turrets, and he lost, what, 8, 9 SCVs, so the auto turret damage was insane across the map, and likewise, the counter drop as well did win the game for ByuN. The game lasted like another, 7 minutes, but again, that double drop did do critical game-ending damage. He killed 35 or 33 SCVs. It was insane just how many workers had gone down. GG, well played. With that, Maru was crippled, and now we have potentially an ace match. ByuN needs one more. We're currently at 3 and 4, and ByuN, if he wins this final game, he can force the ace match. He can force that final game 9. Oh boy. Meanwhile, who's up next? Who's up next for Team Solar? Solar has yet to play. We still have the two Zerg players. We have Solar and we have Rogue, and the game is going to be on Winter Madness. So ByuN, of course, is staying on for Team Classic. He's the final player. Of course. He's the final player for Team Classic. And it is going to be... Oh, it's going to be Rogue. Okay. Rogue is stepping up. It was either going to be Rogue, Bunny, or Solar. So it's going to be Rogue, Bunny, or Solar. And we have the answer. It's going to be Rogue. He's stepping up to the plate here on Winter Madness. In our ZBT. And again, if Rogue wins this game, Rogue will win it all for Team Solar. Meanwhile, if ByuN wins this game, he can force that game 9. And he'll force out either Solar or Bunny. Oh boy. I kind of want to see ByuN just send it. I kind of... We'll see. Oh. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Terran player. The South Korean Terran, we have the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. Fighting back. Again, putting a point on the board, taking down Maru of all players. And can he keep going? Can he go the distance? Can he go all the way? Can he force the ace match? It is a ByuN for Team Classic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg we have for Team Solar from South Korea. It is Rogue. If Rogue wins this game, he will win it all for his team, and he will force the Super Ace match. Meanwhile, if ByuN wins this game here and now, he can force a game 9 and potentially just win it all for Team Classic. Remember, Classic, they did win the Pro League format set. They won in the Pro League formats, but now we're here in the All-Kill formats. If they win this as well, I mean, that's the end of the broadcast. That will be it. But here we go. Here we go. We do have our initial opener here. We have our initial hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Rogue. Likewise, CC first out of ByuN. He enjoys his CC first, especially on these larger maps. We saw it on Mothership, and now we're seeing it here on Winter Madness as well. So does it make sense? We even see it on on White Rabbit as well. Have seen on White Rabbit. These larger maps. So for now, ByuN, he will have a boosted economy coming into the early game, coming into the early to mid game. And I believe the Rogue should not be able to punish. Should not be able to. As we're checking our proxies, moving out across the map. ByuN is being hyper greedy, not just going CC first, but ByuN also skips the SCV Scout, and he should skip the Reaper as well. Should be opening up Marine instead. So a lot of greed here out of ByuN. The greed, man. Just setting up here, but again, we are just being hyper greedy. Otherwise, we're just going to be slowing things down coming into the early game. We're just droning, saturating. There's no real signs of aggression. As you can see here, Rogue, he pulls out. So he pulls out a gas, so there's no signs of like early Bane Burst or early Roach Rush. The plan here is just drone, just saturate, and secure our early game. Oh, hello, 111. If you recall, we saw this build by ByuN on previously on Mothership against Solar. So ByuN, he went for the earlier CC, and Marines, they do threaten. No major damage though, but if you recall, we did see reactor Marine production into Hellion plus Marine drop across the map to apply pressure to harass, leading into eventually the 3-racks follow-up. So it's going to be a delayed third CC. It's going to be an aggressive mid-game here with the medevac and with move-out and with drop play. Not overly aggressive, like not overly committed, but aggressive nonetheless. as this delays the third. It allows ByuN to be active, it allows ByuN to hunt down overlords, apply pressure, deny creep. Here comes that medevac, here come the Marines. Again, just same build out of ByuN. Rogue should recognize it. As there is the third CC. It is a part of the natural wall, so no kind of hiding it. No deception. Yo, shout to Intel, true. Once again, shout to Intel. They're coming out with a new CPU. It's coming out this month in March. Coming out this month. Big shout to Intel. Much love. For sponsoring GSL. As we have our double jump here into the mineral line. Lings, they trade very poorly. Every Ling goes down. The Marines, they take everything down. That was how many, by the way? That was, oh, I can see here, that was 10. 10 Lings for only 2 Marines. At the same time, Hellions, they attempt to bust into the mineral line. Gonna be zoned back. Rogue, he defends his third base, but again, he traded poorly here at his natural. Hellions, they pick up 2 tumors. 2 creep tumors go down. Drop is rotating over. Drop does rotate. It is going to be layer first out of Rogue. Taking a lot of gas, actually. There's a lot of gases on the way. Getting up to 4. Now going for his mainliness. Going into delayed Evo chambers. Interesting. Delayed chambers. Early layer. This could be indicative of... I know that Rogue, for a time, he did enjoy going Hydra into heavy Hydra play into fast lurkers. I'm curious if that's the plan here, if he plans on going to Muta play instead. Lair is done. Show us what you got. What's the lair for? Spire or Hydra? Then we have the answer. Muta's Spire. So now we see why all the gases were taken, and now we see why there were no Evo chambers. It all comes together. It was either going to be Hydra or Spire. This is very risky. This can work, of course. This is going to snowball out of control. And it can catch ByuN off guard. Currently, ByuN again is playing Bio, of course. Getting to stim, +1. Eventually, combat shields. He's going into Bio Mine. If you recall, he did blindly do this previously against Solo, who's going into a more Hydra-heavy style. This is blindly going to work well against Mutas. We'll have a lot of anti-air. Scan into the natural. I should recognize that the Evo chambers are late, and oh, he sees anyway. I was gonna say he should recognize that the upgrades are delayed here for Rogue, and he even sees the Spire. So nice scan. ByuN knows. He also saw the Spire wasn't done yet, so he doesn't have to rush into turrets. He can wait a little bit longer to be a little bit more efficient before investing. ByuN moves out. Remember, the upgrades are delayed. ByuN does move in. Sets up the line. One mine does burrow. Doesn't get baited. Queens are exposed. So far, good trades here by ByuN. Trading well. Liberator across the mountain, eyeing some mining, or at least trying to. Does nice some mining. ByuN moving, it's a queen. Not bad. Takes on a queen. Catching out a bailing. Rogue, despite going for the Spire, so far there we go. 10 mutas have arrived. They're making their way across the map. Turrets are in production. We have a Bio army back at home to defend as well. And again, ByuN is ready. He's ready for the mutas. Ready for the mutas. That's Rogue does threaten. Not going to be zoned back. Bo9 does burrow. Mutas, they don't quite get access to the natural. We can see ByuN trying to catch him out, actually. Yeah, he attempts to. Rogue key commits. He's going for the dive. Massive mine shot. Mine shot goes off, but alas, there's no more winter mines here. The Banelings, they force a pickup. Mutas are en route. They're coming in for the medevacs. He wants them. He gets one full medevac, 2 medevacs. Oh my god, massive pickoffs. And ByuN, he will lose map control. At the same time, he does counterattack. It looks like he will get an expansion, but he needs more than this. And he might not even get it. The hatchery survives. Yeah, ByuN, he's in danger. Losing 2 full medevacs. And did I say 2 full medevacs? He's about to lose 4 full medevacs. Because these 2, they're not going to get home. He's not getting home. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be 4 medevacs falling. Full of units. ByuN, he plummets in supply. And Rogue is getting further ahead. It's getting further ahead here. Is about to max out. Hive is now on the way as well for eventually Vipers, Ultras, Hive Tech upgrades. ByuN needs to be active. I didn't blame him for being out here, but he doesn't really have much to work with. He barely has a standing army. I believe Maru's done. Yeah, Maru's researched. Yeah, let's go. Show us about Banelings. Setting up at all the ramps. Oh, some of the ramps, I should say. They are set up. Oh. From here, ByuN, he is slowly recovering. True, he's slowly building up. Likewise, so the Butte accounts. We do have the Ultra Cavern now on the way. The Hive is now done. ByuN is building up a substantial army, but the economy here is still struggling. He needs a 4th expansion. ByuN moves in. Oh, tempted with those Banelings. Tempted. ByuN is trading well, picks up some Banelings. Rogue, he should set up a flank. Just rolling in, Jesus. Just rolls in. Not that it's efficient here, as a lot of Banelings go down. Yeah, very inefficient fight from Rogue. Trading with the army. Yeah, no lings, yeah, no supports. As ByuN breaks through. Again, we need more Banelings. Widowmines are setting up. Banelings are now trickling in, but again, this is a messy fight here from Rogue. Decent connections. Yeah, it looks like it's enough. Decent enough connections here. Rogue, he cleans this up. Forces back ByuN. ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Thankfully, Rogue, he's lacking Ling Bane. He's lacking Ling Bane. ByuN's still holding his own. He does rotate. Rogue, he spots the rotation. He's got his Bard Zerglings. He sees, he knows. As ByuN does drop across the map. Nice pick up here. Gets a mineral line. 7 drones go down. ByuN's trading well. And Rogue has a messy defense. Where are the mutas? Where are the mutas? Ah, they're across the map. I see, they're across the map instead. Yeah, messy play here by Rogue. Oh, late splits. Late splits out of ByuN. Rallying across. Banelings, they don't quite connect. Once again, ByuN has been out trading. He's been more efficient. ByuN is back in this game. He's still stuck with a very fragile composition, but so far he's holding his own. My big concern here is the switch into ultras, right? Once we build up into a substantial ultra count, ByuN has no answer, at least not currently. He has no marauders, he has no ghosts. And ByuN jumping further in. As Rogue does try to catch reinforcements. ByuN dropping into the main base. Mutas they respond. Oh my god. Yeah, Mutas are a little bit too soon. Rogue he's able to keep up. Even counterattacking gets into the mineral line. 10 SCVs. 10 SCV kills. But a messy defense here by Rogue. He's trickling in. ByuN trades well. Cleans up all the Zerglings. But it looks like there are enough reinforcements. Yeah, barely enough reinforcements. Rogue does eventually clean up. And more importantly, killed 18 SCVs. Right? The economy was still in shambles for ByuN. And now even more so. And now even more so as ByuN, he's struggling. Nuddling run by. ByuN pushing top side. Rogue hits another mineral line. No, the SCVs force the fight. Banelings are rolling in as well, and there are ultras that defend. We spoke about this, right? There's no real answer to ultras at the moment. It's only Marine Widowmine. Yeah, ByuN is being outscaled. He's being outscaled. The ultras, they overrun. 11 SCV kills across the map. And again, there's no Marauders, there's no Ghosts, there's no Liberators, there's no answer to these ultras. Just because of the rougher of the game, right? Like ByuN, he's never set up for it. He was never set up to tech up. Oof. As full dynamics are going down, the ultras they roll in. The ultras are here, Pappy. He just wants hugs. Oh my god, massive swipes. Massive bailing connections. GG gets called, and Rogue, he will claim the series for himself, for his team. And Team Solar, they will win 5-3 over Team Classic. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Team Solar, as they will be able to claim the series. ByuN, he was almost able to pull off the reverse sweep and bring us all the way to the ace match, but not quite. Catching up with the bracket here, Cure, he started things off with a massive lead, winning 3 games in a row, taking down Hero, Zoun, and SHIN. Impressive play there by Cure. He eventually was stopped by Classic. Classic did put a stop to him. Classic took down Cure, took down Creator, and honestly, Classic was ahead against Maru. Like Classic, he should have won that game, but he made a couple of missteps, a couple of mistakes. Maru, he was able to pull off the one base all in and barely overwhelm Classic. ByuN redeemed himself there. ByuN, he took down Maru. Very impressive best of one there by ByuN to fight back. ByuN was able to take down Maru, but ByuN was short-lived as he went down to Rogue in the following game in map 8. Map 8 did go in favor of Rogue, and with that, GG well played. Rogue, he does claim the Rogue, he does end up claiming the series here for Team Solar. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we have a break. It means that if we do wind it back a little bit here, if you remember, initially we had a best of 7. We had the Pro League format best of 7, and here Team Classic excelled. You can see Classic beat Bunny, Solar fought back for Team Solar, beating ByuN. Then we had Hero and SHIN over Solar and Maru. We had Hero over Rogue. We had Zoun over Maru as well. Team Classic, they won the Pro League set, the Pro League format. They won in the Pro League format. In the all-kill format, Team Solar won. So we're currently tied 1-1 in the grander scheme of things. Team Classic, they win in the Pro League format. Team Solar, they win in the all-kill format. So we're tied up 1-1, which means there's one game left. The Super Ace match. The Super Ace match, a best of 1 between 2 champions from both teams. So last time it was the team captains, so in this case it'd be Classic versus Solar, but I believe they can choose their player. They can choose their player. So we're going to be cutting to a break. When we come back, we will have that Super Ace match. We'll have a best of 1 between our champions for Team Classic and Team Solar. Let's go. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Super Ace match here. Again, Team Solar and Team Classic, they've been facing off in the GSL CK the entire evening, and we've had a back and forth. Team Classic, they excelled in the Pro League format, coming out on top in that's more kind of structured and preparation based format. Meanwhile, in the more off the cuff and off the fly format of Team Kill, or of All Kill, I should say, of All Kill, not Team Kill, of the All Kill format, Team Solar, they were able to barely come out on top. It was still quite close, still very, very close in the end. Team Solar, they did excel, and that means we have gone all the way to the Super Ace match. Team Classic, they won in the Pro League format. Team Solar, they won in the All Kill format, and now we have one singular best of 1 to determine who will come out on top in in this week's event, in this week's GSL CK. Let's go. The final map is going to be on Title Citadel, and the teams are still selecting their champions, their players. Who will it be? Personally, I like the idea of the captains rising up to the challenge and having a classic versus solo match. I do like the idea of that, but it's up to our teams, up to our captains to decide who is sent out. Again, all the teams are in Discord calls together. They're all in Discord calls. They're all discussing amongst themselves. I didn't get to speak on it, but all the teams, all the players, or most of them, I should say, are all streaming their POVs. They're streaming their POVs. You can hear their in-voice communications, but it's all in Korean, but all on Soup, right? They have their respective Soup accounts. They're all live as we speak, so you can listen in to their decision making, if you will, to their banter as well. True, to their banter. But we are still deciding. Meanwhile, before we get ahead of ourselves, also a big shout out to Intel. Intel, of course, they are the main sponsor for the GSL CK, and they did announce a couple of days ago a new processor, a new CPU. A new CPU was announced merely 5 days ago. It is the new Arrow Lake Refresh CPU, and it is not out yet. It was just announced, and it's coming out later on this month. It's coming out later on this month here. It is meant to be 15% increase in efficiency compared to the previous generation. Does provide more, of course, for an even cost with the previous generation as well. But if you're out there, if you're looking to upgrade your PC or build a new PC, if you want to get your hands on said CPU at a discount, then there will be a discount code available soon. Once the product actually is released, is actually available to the public, there will be a discount link available to StarCraft fans. It's a way for StarCraft to show to the StarCraft fans to show their support for Intel, for supporting GSL, and also a way for them to track it as well, right? There's going to be a specific discount link so they can keep track of how supportive the StarCraft 2 fanbase is. Oh boy. So that is going to be available soon TM. Just as a heads up. And also, again, a big shout out to Intel. Big shout out, Pat. Big shout out. As we are deciding our players. Okay, here we go. No surprises here, but Team Classic, they're feeling Classic. Classic is coming out as the big name, as the big dog. Actually, I can quickly change our styles here. Bam. Oh, not quite what I was hoping for. Not quite. There we go. So it's going to be Classic for Team Classic, but who will he be facing off against? Not Solar. It is instead going to be Maru. Here we go. Maru, he's stepping up here for his team. So Team Solar, he has chosen Maru as his champion. It's going to be a best of one between Classic and Maru. Let's go. Let us go. Bearing in mind that Maru barely beat Classic in the all-kill format, just barely did bring him down. And we'll see if he can do it again. We'll see if Classic can get his revenge. Remember, it all comes down to the singular best of one. Let's go. It all does end here. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss player himself. We have the South Korean Protoss representing himself. Representing Team Classic, it is Classic. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran player himself representing Team Solar. It is Maru. Let's go. Let us go again. We've arrived here at the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends in this best of one. Again, it's been a fierce battle between both Team Solar and Team Classic. It's been very, very fierce. And in the end, we have our final best of one. Oh boy. Hello, Maru. As he moves out early on, looking to go for the eBay block. So eBay block opener at Maru, trying to force the unnatural natural, trying to disrupt the early game here of Classic. We'll see if he can pull this off. As the SCV does wander in. Classic going to be scouting here on the top side. eBay's thrown down. And it's going to be a late reaction here from Classic, a late realization, and Classic will be forced to expand elsewhere. Oof, so a rough start here for Classic. Plenty of progression already on the eBay. Plenty of progression. He pulls the boys. Oof, pulls the boys. He wants to try to stop this. It's going to be a big delay. Massive damage dealt here by Class 2 Classic. As he refuses to expand elsewhere. It makes sense. On Title Citadel, the opposing third bases are very, very far out. They're very spread out. We have 5 probes on the low ground. The SCV gets a little bit more progression. A little bit more value. Increasing the HP. Back at home, Maru going for an early Tech Lab into early Marauder play. Interesting. There's a cancel. Oh. It does end up canceling. Classic can now expand, but again, a very disrupted early game here. Very rough. Better stuff for Maru. There's your early game Marauder. As Maru's getting a CC on location. Marauder's on the way. This should lead into a second and third racks, into a 3 racks follow-up. Into mass bio early on. They get a very aggressive follow-up here by Maru. Classic, I believe, is still in the dark. He has not scouted at all. So limited vision, limited scouting out of Classic. Is not aware of what's going on. Adept moves out. And the goal for Maru is to catch this Adept. With the slow, with concussive shell. We'll see if we can catch him. Meanwhile, no surprises here. As we mentioned, we have a 3 racks follow-up. So 3 racks into concussive shell into stim. Maru looking for the Adept. Does find it. Oh no! Yeah, does find the Adept. Massive pickup. The Adept should not get away. Oh, one more volley. It's close. Oh, barely does go down. Nice catch here from Maru. He doesn't just kill the Adept, he also denies the follow-up scout. Now, the problem here is that it could be a 3 racks follow-up. It could be 3cc 3 racks instead. It could be a more economic variation. It could be a 2-on-1, which is rare but not unheard of in TVP. Could be a 4 racks 2 base all in. True. Wait, it is. I very quickly added that at the end because that's also a possibility, and it is. Yeah, 4 ranks, 2 base all in. Maru's going to double down, and then Classic doesn't know. For all he knows, again, as I mentioned, it could be a fast 3cc 3 racks, it could be 3 racks itself, could be 2-on-1, could be 4 racks. Classic does not know. Oh boy, and each one does elicit a different response. Remember, this is an all in. There's a high chance that Maru just pulls the boys. He most likely will. He's just building up his bio, hoping to catch any attempted scouts. Classic going for a relatively safe start on getting into 3 gates, I believe. Yeah. So 3-gate blink into a robot, but he doesn't see this coming ahead of time. He doesn't know he needs batteries. We need shield batteries. We need sentries for force fields. It's almost go time. Sim is finishing. We're waiting for the boys. Oh, here they come. Let's go. It is now go time. The boys are being pulled. Stim is now complete. Combat shield's almost done as well. It's on the horizon. And it's all or nothing for Maru. And remember, Classic, he sees nothing. He has no idea what's going on. Classic's expanding. Okay. Classic should be expanding momentarily based on his build, but he has no batteries. 0 shield batteries. Instead of making safety immortals, he's making more observers to scouts. This could otherwise be an immortal. Ah, no. And here we go. Now he sees. Now he knows. Does spot the army. We'll see if we can focus out those marauders. There's a first sim. Forcing out the blink. It does force out the blink. Diving on forward here. The boys are being pulled as well. Classic, can he hold on? He will lose 1 stalker. Oh, and he'll just mow through all these probes. Yeah, probes are going down. We do have another warp in though. Coming in for the surround. Classic, can he hold on? Can he deal with these marauders? There's still, what, 5 marauders left. Down to 4. Down to 4 marauders, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, down to 0. Classic, he will clean this up, but it will cost him 20 probes. And there was no 3rd expansion. Classic, he barely does hold on behind this going to charge. Meanwhile, Maru, we're in a weird game state. That was meant to kill. That didn't kill, but that did cripple. That did cripple the economy. Was that good enough? I mean, Maru, he has good upgrades, true. He does have good upgrades for his bio army at least. Like, he has all 3 tech lab upgrades. We have the eBay on the way as well. And Classic doesn't have a 3rd. It's a really awkward game state. It's very, very awkward. As another Marauder gets caught. Oh, barely not. Okay, pulls away. Baits out of stim. Gets a Marauder. Not bad. Snipes a Marauder, pulls away. Nice control here by Classic. Economically, I do favor Maru, but tech-wise, I lean towards Classic here, right? He's got Charge on the way. He's got the Temple Archives as well. I do prefer the tech for the Protoss. Diving on the Marauders as well, catching out 2. Yeah, 2 Marauders go down. There's a bit of a punish, though. Catching out 2 Stalkers, still a better trade for Classic. Was a better trade. Maru still taking up in towards +1, Factory into Starport, into Medevacs. Until Medevacs pop mounts, there's not really much longevity for this army. Classic can hold his own. But Classic is still on 2 bases. He still doesn't have a 3rd. Observer does spot the move out. Uh-oh. Yeah, Maru's being chased down. Forces him. And he will lose this army. And Maru, he does trade though. He does get 3 even. He wants his final Stalkers. He wants them. He gets them. Gee, 4. 4 Stalkers go down. Okay, a bit of a back and forth trade. Not the worst trade for Maru. As he's still being overly aggressive. He's got to calm down. Calm down, Pappy. Calm down. Oh, that was a rough blink. Yeah, that was a rough blink. As the Classic gets punished, losing 2 Stalkers, maybe even 3. Can't you? Please that 2. Scan reveals that it's going to be not Colossus, but Storm. Storm is now done. And Classic finally expands. But again, a very late 3rd. Maru, he's aware of the late expansion. He did scout the 3rd base earlier. He did check. Getting his own 3rd CC, and despite the aggressive start, we can slow this down into a more macro game. We can get there. It's still very tense though. It's still very, very tense. We haven't stabilized yet. We have yet to stabilize. Oh, as Classic going for his own attempted Storm drop. Gets caught. Oh, he gets caught out. No, that's 2. That's 2 White Templar. Loses 1. 1 Templar goes down. There's 1 Templar left. Yeah, Classic has to get the hell out of here. At the same time, massive Storm. Nice splits out of Maru. He splits well, losing 1 Marauder. Does beat out a Marauder. More Storms land. They catch out 3 Marauders, 4 in total. Yeah, brutal Storm. As Classic did lock him down. And we should have at least 2 more Storms left. Plenty of High Templar. There's 1 mainly zoning. Jesus, that's a lot of Templar. Maru cannot move in. There's just too many Storms. And he's forced to tech. Academy. We have the Academy on the way. Classic claiming his 4th base. Maru, he's going to be forced back. He cannot delay. He cannot deny the 4th. He needs to, though. He has to get on top of that 4th expansion. Classic not quite in position. Yeah, Classic, he does not see this. Oh, did catch it. He saw. He did get a glimpse. There's a stim. Should force a cancel. Oh, nice pick up. The nice expansion. Maestro going off. Oh, hot pick up there at a Classic. Nice counter micro. The control map. He's saving the High Templar. He saves him. Classic. He's locked in. As both players now going to be on 3 bases. Again, Maru, he has a comparable if not greater economy. Typically, the Protoss player wants to be up a base and up in workers to be even. And that's not the case. But to make up for that, Classic does have plenty of Storms. He has plenty of High Templar, plenty of Storms. Can they connect though? EMPs are available. Oof, EMP goes off, Prism goes down. Cashing out 2 Templar. Classic has to pull away. Switching into double Robo, double Colossus production. Classic, he needs time to diversify his army. to build up. EMP. Ooh, doesn't connect. Oh, massive storms. Oh my god, he just takes him to the face. Yeah, Maru, he rushes through the storms, taking almost maximum damage. Jesus. And Maru, calm down at the same time. Nice drop. 8 probes go down. The mine drop at the same time. Very nicely done. And again, what is hurting Classic the most? The lack of economy, right? The lack of 4th base. It's such a late 4th expansion, and likewise, again, he's down in workers, down in economy. We have mules to factor in as well for Maru. And now Maru is turning that into a greater army as well. Maru's getting further ahead. He's got a better economy, better resource collection, translates into a larger army. Mine drop comes back in, denying more mining time. And Classic is stumbling his way into the mid game. The retargeting as well. It takes so long. Takes so long for Classic to go back to mining. Medevac goes down at least. But Maru, he's getting further ahead. Just getting further and further ahead here. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. So I'll say, they do poke in, they do harass. Distracting Maru, trying to find some damage here. Right now, the pressure's on Classic to achieve this, right? Zealot run by, Prism drop into the main base, Zealot counterattack here on the right-hand side. DTs, we need something here for Classic. Otherwise, it's all about storms, right? It's going to be all about the connections, all about the unit control. If he can land some juicy connections, some juicy storms, then maybe Classic can win a fight. The other option is out positioning. Maru does take his 4th. Classic working on his 5th. Again, typically the dynamic in TVP is that the Protoss player has map control, but that is not the case. Classic is lacking map control. He's lacking expansions. But he still has some potential here. I say that, I mean, Maru's just hurtling up. Yeah, sensor towers, missile turrets. Prism does sit by. Classic's moving in. Ideally, he wants to distract. Prism into the main. No turrets. Does go for the unload. Does go for the warp in. Yeah, the warp in will complete. Classic should push forward. Prism goes down. It's going to be a one-way trip here. We get a handful of SCVs. And Classic, he doesn't really find much damage. Again, the hope was to drag Maru out of position and force supply back home, which did work. Did happen. A good chunk of supply went back home to defend, but there wasn't an opening. And now Maru's maxed. And Maru's perfecting his army, building in more Vikings, eventually into Liberators. How many Vikings do we have currently? We have 7. 7 Vikings against 5, soon to be 6 Colossus. That's a lot of Colossi. That's, I mean, here it's okay. I feel like Classic is a little bit inspired by Zoun. If you remember, Zoun, he also won 6 Colossus against Maru, and it worked. The reason for this is because the Viking count is very low. It's a very low Viking count for Maru, considering how many Colossus there are. So with a low Viking count, Classic can make this work. So Classic, he still has a lot of potential with his army. He can pull this off. Classic moving in. Storm mainly zoning. He could have rotated towards the outside. Snipe goes off, gets High Templar. One Templar goes down. EMPs are coming in. Oh no! Ooh, massive EMP! Yeah, EMP covers every single High Templar. 0 storms, so you have 2 High Templar dropping in. Another EMP lands. Those are the final storms, the only storms. And with that Classic, he will lose everything. Yeah, he just gets collapsed upon. There's no support. There's nothing for the Colossus. Every Colossus goes down. And with that, there is nothing left. There's nothing left here. Again, some crazy EMPs out of Maru. On top of that, it was on Classic. He was clumping. Classic, he clumped up the High Templar. All it took was one juicy EMP covering everything. The only Templar that were saved were the ones in the War Prism. Oh, no detection. Yeah, no detection. So Cloak goes. They just deal with the Zealot run by. Main army's moving in. Maru, he knows that he smells blood on the water. I think these High Templar are fresh. There's only one storm currently. There's the first storm and the only storm. As Maru, he does just rush through. Given a little bit more time, there's going to be another storm available though. There it is. Yeah, storms are landing. The Colossus, they go down. The Classic is holding on, but barely holding on. Oh, and Maru, his worker count is quite low actually. He's getting into a 3-base economy. Didn't have many SCVs, doesn't have a bank as a result of that. Huh. So Maru, he has been taking better fights, he has been taking better trades, but he's only on 57 SCVs. He's on under a 2-base setup. What I mean by that is his remax takes longer because of that. His remax is taking longer. That's giving Classic time to rebuild. Classic has 84 workers. He does have the gold expansion as well. So if given time, Classic can recover. He's not that far off. Nice pick up here. Maru takes down top right. Does catch the mineral line. 13 probe kills. We see Classic attempting to add position. I think he only has 1 Colossus now. 3. Okay, good. Up to 3. His rotation gets spotted by the Widow Mines. Maru is aware. Oh my god, another massive EMP. We gotta stop clumping, baby. Ay, ay, ay. 1 EMP catching 4 High Templar. Not like this. There's 1 storm left. The army just stems in. 0 storms. Yeah, not like this. We can just break on through. Another EMP lands. And both fights, just 1 EMP catching almost everything. We gotta split that. You gotta split. And with that, Maru, he'll everyone once again, and this time he's on top of the bases. This time he's on top of the expansions. And he's doing it for Team Solar. GG gets called. Maru, he will claim the win. He will take the best of 1. He will win here in the Super Ace match and take it all for Team Solar. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Maru and to Team Solar as well. It was a hard fought night of StarCraft here. Very, very hard fought. When it comes to the game itself, again, Classic had a very rough start. Winding it back, Maru went for a very greedy start. He went for the eBay block into Concussive Shell follow-up, into a 4x 2-base all-in. Remember, he pulled the boys, and he didn't kill Classic, but he did cripple. As we mentioned, he did cripple the economy. Classic, he was stuck on 2 bases for a very long time, and stuck on 3 bases for long as well. Like, again, his bases were very low, his economy was very low, so even though he survived, he was crippled, and Maru was able to build up into a greater mid-game with a faster third, with better saturation. That's something we were harping on for a lot of that game, was that Classic was behind economically, so he couldn't really keep up with Maru, and Maru was the first to max out and the first to excel. As we mentioned, Classic, he had a chance with his mass High Templar composition. He had a lot of High Templar, he had a lot of Colossus, but he got EMP'd like crazy. We saw some insane EMPs out of Maru, ensuring that there were barely any storms to work with. And with that, GG. GG well played. I mean, again, Maru, he already had momentum due to the early game. He already had the economic lead, and he was able to maintain that lead with those more dominant fights as well. GG. GG well played. Congratulations to Maru, and again, congratulations to Team Solar. What did the team consist of here? Very quickly, Team Solar consisted of Solar himself alongside Maru, Cure, Rogue, Bunny, and Creator. Winding it back, looking back at the series itself, bam, we did begin the broadcast off with this, with the Pro League format series. Here we had the initial series, initial best of 7. Initially, Team Classic, they came out on top. We had Team Classic with Classic taking down Bunny, we had Solar fighting back over ByuN, and then bam, we had the 2v2 with Hero and SHIN, we had Hero and Zoun all claiming their respective wins here, winning it all for Classic initially for a Team Classic. Then we had the all-kill format, and we had Cure popping off. Cure, he was the MVP. If you recall, Cure, he went on a crazy win streak, taking down Hero, Zoun, and SHIN. Strong start there for Cure to be able to pop off and win 3 games in a row. Classic, he brought it back, taking down Cure, taking down Creator, and then we had Maru fighting back for his team. I'll be honest, that was Classic's game to lose. Like, Classic, he was in a good position against Maru. Maru was forced into a 1-base all-in, but Classic got caught with his pants down. He lost 4 Stalkers across the map while trying to recall. So again, that snowballed out of control into Maru winning instead. Tomorrow bringing it back. ByuN did actually stop Maru's reign of terror then and there. ByuN did bring him down, and then it's cut off, but at the very end we had Rogue getting the final win over ByuN. So in the end, Team Solar, they did win in the best of 9 all-kill format. That meant that it went all the way to the best of 1 ace match. Went all the way to the best of 1, and Solar didn't play for himself. You know, I was hoping for like the team captains to face off, but Solar, he had faith in Maru. He had faith in Maru for good reason, and Maru does win it all for Team Solar. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations here to Team Solar, and a shout out to Team Classic for posing a threat and for making a night of StarCraft out of this. Intense night of StarCraft. GG, well played. GG, well played. Whew, I'm starving. It is almost midnight here in Australia, and I've yet to have dinner, so I'm gonna go get some food. I'm starving. Hi. Very long broadcast, very long events. Again, congratulations to Team Solar for claiming the win here. And also, if you're out there, if you want to support GSL, exclamation mark at GSL in the chat, or check out their Patreon. Check out their Patreon very quickly. As a GSL, they have their own Patreon, patreon.com/GSL. If you want to help support, the GSL, if you want to help support the main league at the main seasons, and also the off-season team league events that we've been hosting, that GSL have been hosting here on Soup, then you can support them over on Patreon. So do check them out, do support, do show them some love. Bam, as I will post a link to the Patreon in the chat. Can I do that? I don't think I can post links. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is in the chat. So do support them. Just check out GSL on Patreon. Likewise, do support Intel. Intel, they are the main sponsor for GSL, for GSL CK, and I'm sure for GSL in the future as well. They're a main sponsor here, and they have recently announced the new CPU. They've recently announced their new Arrow Lake refresh processor, and it is coming out later on in the month, later on in March. It is on the horizon here, so you can help support them. Do hold off though, as there is going to be a discount link provided to supporters of GSL and to viewers of StarCraft. There is going to be a discount link, so you can get a discount, so you can get a bit of a better deal on the new CPU. If you're looking to build a new PC or upgrade your current PC, then do wait for that and do show your support by using that discount code or discount link provided. Can use that as a way for Intel to keep track on the value, of course, of supporting StarCraft and supporting GSL by seeing how many people are willing to help invest and help support Intel and support GSL in the process as well. So you can help them out. So again, much love to Intel, much love to GSL. Again, Patreon is the place to be, and we'll see if we get some future GSL CKs. I believe we had only planned and scheduled for 2 GSL CKs. The first was last week, the next is this week. I'm sure we'll see more in the future. I appreciate that they actually took some feedback and they adjusted their formats. We had a 2v2 in the Pro League format, which is a lot of fun. Likewise, they kind of shortened up the all-kill format a little bit as well. So they have been taking feedback. If you have some more suggestions, then do give us some suggestions in the chat as well as to how you would like to change the format. Whether you want to see maybe some new maps, right? Like the TLMC is around the corner. It might be worth featuring some new Team Liquid map contest maps as well. Once that does come to a head, though, like that we're still waiting for a TLMC to go live and for the maps to be announced. But once that comes around, it might be worth like trying them out and kind of testing them here in a GSL setting. But regardless, GG well played. With that, so we are going to be wrapping up here for the evening. Just quickly double checking, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, okay. Interesting. So when it comes to GSL, it looks like yeah, it looks like again they're looking and they're willing to invest or to host more of these events in the future. So do keep your eye out. And again, we are live streaming this on Soup. Soup is the is a Korean streaming platform. It's like the equivalent of Twitch, for example. And the live streams are only available on Soup. The rebroadcasts and the VODs are going to be available on YouTube and on Twitch. So bear that in mind. That is where the rebroadcasts are going to be. But if you want to watch it live, Soup is the place to be. Check out all the Soup. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Our next broadcast should be, let me just quickly double check, I believe our next broadcast should be OSC Elite Rising Star. I mean, again, we have the schedule ready for you. Yes, we do have Pegasus Cup. Sorry, Pegasus Cup is going to be on Wednesday. We have Kung Fu Cup Wednesday evening. We have OSC Elite Rising Star Thursday morning, the Pondcast Thursday evening. We have COVID Giants Cup on Friday, KSL on Saturday, and RSL over the weekend. That's going to be, of course, the Revival StarCraft League playoffs. They do begin this weekend, so plenty of content here on the CranKy Ducklings. We do cast more StarCraft than anyone else, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else out there. We have the quantity and we have a little bit of the quality as well. One last thing, you can see here that Tuesday is empty, kind of. We will be hosting a rebroadcast of this stream over on Twitch, over on YouTube. That's going to be available on Tuesday. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for the support. And again, big shout out to Soup, Intel, GSL. Big shout out, the GSL CK, the Champions Korea. And we'll see you guys next time. Oh, it's true. Sorry, I was gonna say that when it comes to suggestions of what to do in the future, we might even start to mix things up and invite some foreigners, right? Like, do we, like, especially like Trigger, for example, like Trigger, he's in Korea. You know, Trigger, we could get him into play, right? Maybe. I know that Rainer, he's been traveling to Korea from time to time as well, especially for RSL. So, you know, it might be possible to showcase some other players. We'll see. We did miss out on Nightmare tonight. Nightmare, he was unavailable. I know he was here last time, but I'm sure Nightmare is going to be involved next time as well. Regardless, GG well played. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. I'll see you on Wednesday for Pegasus Cup. Oh, let's go.